Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Action Jackson, and in today's video, I'm going to be recapping day one of NFL free agency. And it's tough for me to say that because I don't make too many videos where the Dallas Cowboys are actually active on day one of legal tampering period, because free agency technically doesn't start until Wednesday. But I will talk about the positive and I will talk about some of the negative because I feel like they dropped the ball on the inside linebacker market, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So before we hop into the video, I would appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. So hopping straight into it, the Dallas Cowboys, they got active this morning. I live on the West Coast, so when all these moves were happening, it was about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning for y'all. It's probably about, y'all already know y'all day was already started about 8, 9 o'clock anyway. So for most y'all that live in Texas, 2 hours ahead, same thing, 7, 8 hours. About 7, 8 o'clock for y'all. But the Dallas Cowboys, the first thing they did was they gave Terrence Hill a whole new contract, ripped it up. Terrence Hill and his agency was willing to take a pay cut, and they did. It freed up about $13 million in cap space, so we needed that to get done. Right now the Dallas Cowboys, they still have to get cap compliant by Wednesday. And by the time I'm making this video, it'll be late Monday night, about 10:30. But yeah, so that was the very first move the Dallas Cowboys made, and the second move, the ensuing move after that, because when they made that reworking of Terrence Steele, about an hour later, about 40 minutes to an hour later, they traded a 4th-round pick in 2027's NFL draft to go get a player like Rashawn Gary. And I really love the move that the Dallas Cowboys made. I said earlier in my TikTok that I dropped earlier on my YouTube Shorts, saying that Rashawn Gary for me is like your Jadeveon Clowney replacement. Others like to say DeMarcus Lawrence. Shout out to Aisha Morrison. She said that is a Marshawn Nealon replacement. All those guys are known for run defensive type guys, right? So, that's the light I see Rashawn Gary at. I don't see Rashawn Gary being a high sack player for you. I can see Rashawn Gary being your DeMarcus Lawrence type of player in a Seattle like defense, where you have him in versus inexperienced right tackles, and you have him go up against lesser tackles that aren't that strong, guys like Will Campbell and stuff like that, but how deal with tackles and guards that can't deal with power. But I really like the move that we got for Rashawn Gary. Yeah, we gave up a 4th-round pick, but I appreciate the Dallas Cowboys giving up a 4th-round pick for a guy that can play, rather than them giving up a 4th-round pick for an emergency 3rd-string quarterback like what they did with Trey Lance, or in a lost season you gave up your 4th-round pick for a 5th-string wide receiver that you look back on your draft notes, he was a SHIT back in Ole Miss. So look, the Dallas Cowboys were active today. They got better, and I'll give them. And don't forget, when was the last time the Dallas Cowboys were active? Day one of legal tampering period. It has never happened, guys. So I will look at that as a win. I will look at that as, hey, the Dallas Cowboys, they are changed a little bit, But the second thing I'm going to get into, and the second move that they made was Jalen Thompson. Right around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock my time, they made a move to go get Jalen Thompson. They signed him to a 3-year deal, $33 million, which balances around to like $12 million a year. That's the most the Dallas Cowboys have ever spent on a free agent in a very long time. So again, I gotta applaud them for getting a guy that they wanted, and they went out and they got him. So again, I'm applauding for the Dallas Cowboys what they did today, and we're gonna transition that into where I feel like they dropped the ball at, in my opinion, and that was the inside linebacker market. Reportedly, we were in the market for 3 backers: Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, both of them which they went to the Raiders. So shout out to my brothers Josh and Gabe. Shouts out to y'all. I'm glad that he chose. I wanted them to be in Dallas, but if they were gonna go anywhere else, I'd rather them go to my brother's team. I'd rather them go to the Vegas Raiders than them go to some team I don't really care about. So, the Raiders are building something really nice over there. I feel like they're one of the early winners of free agency. I'm really damn proud of the Raiders and what they did today. But we know that this is a Dallas Cowboys channel. So anyway, it was reported by James Slater that the Dallas Cowboys offered Nakobe Dean a contract very similar to the one Vegas offered him, but he went with his gut and picked the Raiders over him. And then it came out just about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, that the Dallas Cowboys offered a little bit more, and that N'Kobe Dean just wanted to go play with the Raiders because he wanted to go play with his homeboy and Quay Walker. Cool. Like, I'm not gonna get into semantics and whatever. Look, deals are finalized on Wednesday. If the Dallas Cowboys can creep in on the last couple of seconds and whatever the last few hours, because again, we got 48 hours until Wednesday. If they can figure it out, slide something underneath, add about another 5 to 6 million, whatever they need to do to try and lure away N'Kobe Dean. Who knows? We can see a lot of guys flip. So you guys are seeing a lot of names that these teams are getting signed to, but by Wednesday, things can happen. Languages and contracts, a lot of things can happen between Monday and Wednesday, and the Dallas Cowboys can get themselves an inside linebacker. But look, there was another linebacker I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to go get, and it was Devin Lloyd. Apparently, we were also up on the phone call trying to go get Devin Lloyd, and just Devin Lloyd went to go sign with the Panthers. Hey, shout out to my great friend and Andrew Plays, man. He does a really good job doing Carolina Panther content. He's ranked 55th in Madden, and he does his thing on Madden. So y'all make sure y'all go check him out. But they got Jalen Phillips. The Panthers did. Panthers got Devin Lloyd. I mean, damn, they did their thing defensively today as well. So look, the other linebackers that are left to you, like Bobby Okereke is a name I'm hearing right now. There are a couple of names that the Dallas Cowboys are looking to possibly look after. Again, a player out in Santa Clara, Fred Warner, apparently he's made for trade. He's available for trade. That's what a lot of reports are saying. I don't know if that's true or not. But if the Dallas Cowboys can go get Fred Warner, and let's just say they want a 4th round pick to go get Fred Warner, hey man, I think that we would win free agency in my opinion. But hell, even if it takes 20 to go get a guy like Fred Warner, I'll do it. To have a linebacker like him in this room and have Overshown be like that Dre Greenlaw type of guy, run hit, talk shit. If we can get a guy like Overshown and Warner paired up, that'd be a hell of a linebacker duo. But any which way, I still feel like the Dallas Cowboys did their thing in free agency. They got better. They got a starting defensive end. They got a starting safety. Now, in my opinion, if you can go get Trey Hendrickson, again, that was reported by Ricky Scoops early this morning after we made the Rashawn Gary move, that the Dallas Cowboys are going to sign Trey Hendrickson. Now, Ricky deactivated his account and also hasn't signed with anybody at the time of this recording. So, Ricky isn't right. He isn't wrong. But a lot of times when Ricky drops news, more than likely it ends up being right. So if the Dallas Cowboys, let's just say, and again, it has to actually happen. It can't woulda, coulda, shoulda, because I don't like living in fantasy world. If it ain't Marvel or DC, ain't no point in what we talking about, right? So for me, Trey Hendrickson, you go get a Von Miller type of character. The Dallas Cowboys, they re-signed Sam Williams, man. Prayers up to you, man. You got your $3 million, no state income tax in Texas. It's cool and all, but like, anyway, if we can get Trey Hendrickson, Von Miller, and up in here, or Joey Bosa on a cheap deal along with Trey Hendrickson, and then the Dallas Cowboys spend the 20th overall pick to go get a C.J. Allen or Anthony Hill Jr., and if we're blessed and we get Caleb Downs or Ruben Bain Jr. falls to you at 12, I would love the offseason by the Dallas Cowboys, and they'll put the satin on the panties, as Vosh Lombardi says, and Dallas Cowboys will have a complete offseason, and the Dallas Cowboys hell can still make moves in the offseason to trade next year's draft capital to go get bona fide players. But I'm the type of person right now, and I'm trying to maximize this Dak Prescott window. If we can get that man done up there, George Pickens, we get Trey Hendrickson, we get a couple of different guys. Next year's picks, if we can get another Quentin Williams like player or a George Pickens like player, we gotta give up next year's second and third to go get it done. I am down for it. I'm down. But the Dallas Cowboys, they did their thing. I'm proud of them for what they did. They exceeded my expectations legal tampering period day one, and we're still linked to a lot of different names. A lot of deals have to happen. There's going to probably be some things that happen overnight while we're sleeping, and if so, I'll probably be up to go make those videos. So that's about it for the video, man. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.